Awesome.
Okay.
Hello, stream. This is the third episode of the Uncut Gems. And to go over the clusterfuck which occurred last week, um, well, is someone breathing into their mic?
Sorry, it might be me.
I don't know. But anyway, what happened last week was, that the gems were flying over to the other side of the mountain on a construct made by Pyrite. As they flew over, they saw that the Nexus, a place where what's the word? Where a bunch of deactivated gem teleporters were, seemed to be activating again. And they were greeted by the gems Milpreve and a pearl referred to as BG. So, when they looked at Milpreve and BG were revealed to be Homeworld, looking for something to do with a project called Glasswoods. And eventually, after a lot of fracas, they managed to convince them, somewhat forcefully, to stay on Earth. And now, Milpreve is with the Uncut Gems, awaiting an order from her boss. She sort of shifts uncomfortably and says, "If it's all the same to you guys, can I hold on to Beach?"
Didn't we give her
Yeah, we
beach?
did.
Yeah, we gave her beach before we left.
Oh, okay. Didn't realize that, my bad. Then
No,
she just puts Beach in one of her pockets. And after a few moments, her helmet lights up again, and she takes it off and puts it down so that it can project. And as she does, it projects the same sort of thin red silhouette. And the following occurs. Or, no. God damn it. Hang on. Sorry, 1 second. I screwed up. Butts.
Buttocks.
Yes. Oh, son of a bitch. Be less stupid. Alright. The audio is a little hard to understand, so I will also copy-paste the transcript. And it's okay if the audio can't be played on the stream. I can just read the transcript aloud.
Okay.
One moment. Everything is butts. Be less stupid. Yeah, it's pure shit of a... Eli is currently having a wrestling match with his computer.
Who's winning?
The computer. I believe this will make it function. Maybe. Possibly. But... that is the transcript, and I will read it aloud in just a mo. To the unknown gems planet side, it seems collaboration is preferable to subterfuge in this situation. Our mission involves a long-defunct project, and the rogue gem we are pursuing may be the key. And since neither your group nor ours is interested in conflict, a concerted effort to locate it and capture it would be beneficial to both parties. We'll leave the details to our subordinates, but for the time being, you have our support. However, be aware of one vital detail. This agreement is only possible so long as our subordinates are not harmed by your group of gems. If hostilities resume and Millie and BG are irreparably harmed, we will personally ensure that your lives, residence, and memory will be erased completely from this world, and that your remaining duration will be unpleasant. Overseer out and recording.
He certainly has a way to leave a first impression.
Oh, shit.
The hologram fades away, and... sorry, what?
All done. That was it. Well done.
The hologram fades away, and and Milpreve, puts her helmet back on, adjusting the sight, and she says, how many of you guys are there?
One, two.
Well, you know better
Like
than I.
8.
I kind of
8 or 9.
Alright.
Let's see. Jet, Alatite, Trin, Onyx, Tourmaline, Pyrite, Spec. That's 7. Plus technically Moonstone is 2, so that's 8. And then Azurite is independent, so that's 9. Not counting Azurite. Oh, counting Azurite.
So yeah, 8 or 9.
Milpreve nods, and she slowly gets up and stands on her very toes to look up at Moonstone. And she says, gem culture on this planet is so alien. I mean...
Before she says anything, they comment, if you're about to mention how I'm a fusion, please do not.
It's a very touchy subject for them.
It's fascinating how tall you are.
Smooth recovery.
She has this big, awkward, fake smile on her face. And Spectrolite actually says, I know, right? I wish I was tall a lot, but I'm not.
Spec, you can just make yourself tall.
Yeah, but I can't be like that automatically. And Milpreve is visibly just relieved that Spec kind of pulled her out of it.
Spec to the rescue.
So, Millie. This red being...
That's my boss.
Have you got anything to refer to him by, or do you just have to keep calling him your boss? It's not very...
I call him boss. I met him through BG, and she calls him boss, so we call him boss. That isn't what he really looks like or sounds like, by the way. He was doing distortion because there's someone else who kind of likes to listen in on the transmissions, and she's not nice.
Who's this?
Her name's... I'm kind of afraid to say it, because I'm afraid she'll hear.
Well, she pops out of nowhere. We've always got her outnumbered.
No, I don't think she will, but I'm recording everything that I do. And
Well.
I mean, you can say right now, I'm going to stop recording for just a couple of seconds, and then go back to recording.
All right. What she said, and she flicks a switch on, or rather, she twists a knob on her helmet that's situated right over one of her temples, and then he says, "Her name's Pyrope. She's got a really, really cool pearl, or pearls, kind of, sorta, but she's a bitch." And then she turns her helmet back on. And that's why I have nothing to say and said nothing important in that duration.
That's alright, we have experience with people being a bitch. Hi.
Shut up, shut up, shut up.
I honestly thought you were going to mention that smoker woman down there.
Well, how to?
As roll
She's more of a
insight.
grub than a bitch, though.
Wow, insight?
Is that everybody, or...?
You mean perception?
No, I mean insight. Or is insight a skill in this?
Don't have insight.
No.
Then perception.
I mean,
Is it an
just
emotional
roll horse sense. Or gem sense, I guess, in this case.
Common sense.
I just called it common sense.
Yeah.
Same.
But anyway, roll whatever you'd use to determine emotional states.
I have bonuses for this.
Of course you do.
Now let's go for my common sense.
Can
which
I
is
roll
the same
Arcana?
No.
perception.
33! That was an awful roll.
That was mediocre.
20.
Everyone who got above a 20 notices that Spec looks a little odd when he hears the name Pyrope, like kind of far away. And Azur, you can tell by the way that Spec's brow is crinkled and the way he's biting his lower lip that he's trying to remember something.
Azor will walk up, sort of calmly behind him, put a hand gently on his shoulder, going, "What you thinking about, friend?"
The name of the person that I probably shouldn't say because this is still being recorded. It
Does it sound-
sounded familiar. And Milpreve just double takes. You knew Ugh. She covers her mouth with both hands.
She who shall not be named.
Lady Voldemort.
Lady Voldemort.
What's a Voldemort?
And Moonstone does double face bombs. It's a reference to human culture.
Pyrite looked it up. It's a thing the humans made.
Okay, but, you know Lady Voldemort? And, Spectrolite says, I don't know. I think that... I remember when I was in my pod, I had an imaginary friend named, Iro, but maybe it's just because that sounds kind of like Pyrope? And she says, pod? You're from a pod? Show me the pod. I want to see the pod. Can I see the pod?
See,
And
it's-
Spec
it's
just
in
looks
Spec's room.
uncomfortable.
It's in Spec's room. He doesn't like to talk about it.
I think we should focus on this later. In the meantime, there is a potentially rogue gem flying around.
Oh, there's
Oh.
more than one rogue gem.
I thought you were going to talk about the Chimera again. Yes, we know there is a Chimera in your house. We're getting to it.
That's a. I don't have a chimera. I have a manticore. There's a
Same thing.
Last time I checked, it was
Actually.
two.
You have a big angry thing in your house. We know.
I want my Polaroid camera back.
Milpreve, can we talk about Spec's pod after we've found Amber?
Okay, that's probably a good idea. Yeah, boss would probably want me to do that. Yes.
She kind of moves over to Spec and kind of grips his hand and murmurs, "I'm sorry, Spec. I know you want to know stuff, but is it okay if we do this first?"
Spec visibly comes out of a bit of a reprieve and says, "But what? Oh, yeah. New friends always come before old stuff." And he squeezes your hand.
Dumb.
Tourmaline
pats his
nods
head.
but still looks worried.
Azur's gonna let go of his shoulder and stand back and let him have a moment. Please hug.
Hug.
Spectrolite does in fact hug Tourmaline, but it seems sort of automatic, like he's not really thinking about it. And Milpreve, in the meantime, is just sort of twisting the lens on her helmet in and out. And she says, "There's a lot of gem signatures around here. Not sure how to lock onto the right one."
Well, we know that Amber was headed towards Prismwood last time we saw her.
What's that?
It's a human town. She points in the direction of Prismwood.
Milpreve, sorry, go on.
Let's say Moonstone raids whoever has the map for it and just unfolds it to point where they think the area is.
Pretty sure
No.
Moonstone had it.
But yeah.
Milpreve looks at the map and says, "Oh wow, two-dimensional cartography. That is old school."
Humans aren't very advanced.
This is
Well, they are in
so
certain
retro.
areas.
Really?
Oh God! Please tell me she's not a hippie. I mean a hipster.
And she tries to poke at the thing, but accidentally pokes her finger through it. Oh shit. Sorry.
That's fine.
Milpreve, remind me to show you those Polaroids I have.
Is a Polaroid a weapon?
It's a picture.
Oh, okay. That's better than a weapon, yes.
I mean, you can use them as weapons, but they're usually pictures.
Don't lie to the little thing.
I'm not. You can use them as weapons.
To what, paper cutter?
Yes.
Spectrolite giggles at that. What's that buzzing?
Oh, that's my stupid thing. Sorry.
That's slowly getting louder.
It's Amber.
That way.
But at Onyx's statement, Spectrolite giggles with glee. "You're the best, Onyx." And Milpreve visibly steps away.
I know.
Well, if it's away from the... She shudders, glancing back at the geode path. Away from the vat, then,
Wait, that's that?
Wait, what?
Azur will go, wait, that was a vat? Ah, shit.
And,
I don't know if it was noticed, but Trin is now in the open.
I did notice, but
Okay.
you can say these things.
No, I just don't want to interrupt.
It's also probably better if you say these things for if we want to listen back afterwards.
Oh, yeah, sorry about
But
that.
no, it's just don't feel you have to keep quiet just because Trin is quiet, I guess.
Yeah. But anyway, she begins scanning with her eye, and she says, "This place was a real gem battleground way back when. There's loads of stuff.
You have no idea.
Yes, I do. I just said it.
I mean, yeah, but I lived through this.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I'm a really young gem. Sorry." And she keeps looking and she says, well, there are 2 active signatures on the other side of the, that. And
One's probably the Manticore.
and then there's an active signature out in the forest, and one more towards the settlement of advanced fauna.
Oh, you mean Prismwood?
Yeah, that thing.
Well, if there's a gem going towards where the humans are, we should probably deal with that first.
Alright, yeah, sure, okay. What are the humans like?
Generally, they're very nice, but they can get a bit up in your personal space a lot. They stop doing that now, but you know.
How come?
They mostly know to avoid
Sledgehammer.
Onyx.
Humans don't live
Okay,
very
I can understand that.
humans don't live very long, so they
Well,
want to see a lot of stuff. They're
not
pretty
compared to
curious. And they don't always take no for an answer.
Humans,
But generally,
Well-
they're actually quite nice.
Mm-hmm.
humans are kind of like gems in that they're all different from one another.
Well, mostly. And you can actually see her thumb the pocket that BG is in.
Yeah, we humans have those as well. They're called twins.
Twins!
Or
I know
triplets.
Or
Twins.
triplets, or quadruplets.
You know,
Anything more than that tends to be rare.
Yeah, they go more than that. I can't.
Wasn't there a woman a few months back who had octuplets?
Oh, probably.
Oh boy.
Though not
But-
samic ones.
When you actually say twins, she gasps and says, I know twins!
you know twins, Milpreve?
Well, yeah. They're Pyrope's pearls.
How do you mean?
They came out of the same sort of pearl makey thing.
Pearl
That's-
makey thing?
Sorry,
very specific.
Did she say
Always wondered
Pyrope's
where
girls
those
or
came
BG's pearls? Girls.
Pyrope's pearls.
Ropes.
Huh, okay.
I believe
And
that's
it-
called an oyster.
Yeah, that thing. They came out together at the same time. And so
Did
they
Trent
were
just talk?
No, that was out of character.
damn it. It was in character that she didn't know what that was called, god damn it.
I know, but
Yeah.
it's just funny
Everybody
that,
just turns around to look at Trin like, holy shit.
it's the deepest voice. I believe those are called oysters.
It's just Morgan
What?
Freeman.
Yeah, the pearl
So
makey
he's just
thing.
standing there really small, like, just watching everything happen.
I always wondered where pearls came from. I mean, I know where what humans call pearls come from, but
Oysters.
yeah, they
Oysters, that's what they're called. Oh, that reminds me. I should maybe tell you a little bit about Glasswoods, but first, they came out of the same oyster, and they came out exactly the same time. So they're both littler, but there's 2 of them. So they were a package deal, and Pyrope paid a lot of money for them.
Okay.
They're really cool, even though Pyrope really sucks. And
It's
sorry.
visibly noticeable that Azure has a frown on his face.
Milpreve, remember you're still recording, okay?
What? Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh crap!
I know, you're probably, saying stuff to, make sure we feel at ease with you, right?
Yes, that is exactly what I'm saying and doing.
Anyway.
Hang on, I gotta send a PM. Just give me a second to find the right thing. thing. Be less dumb.
No.
And the thing said no.
Okay. Skype's being a butt. Okay. So, that is, with the, and she says, but, yeah, I would love to see more of this planet. There's so much life here. Just, holy, whoa. And she actually picks up one of the leaves and starts examining it. You can see where the water runs through it.
Yep.
Tourmaline starts nodding. Yeah, they pull it up from the ground through their roots, and then they pull it up into the rest of them so that they all get enough water. And with some trees, I don't know about these ones because of all the stuff that's on them, but they feed themselves using this thing called photosynthesis, which is when they turn light into food. Oh,
Spec tried
She
doing that
looks-
do you know
once.
what food is?
She shakes her head.
Oh,
Is it like the energy? Because this planet has a lot of that. That must
It's
be why
like-
there were so many kindergartens planned here before the war.
It's like
It's
energy
kinda
for
like that.
humans.
Tourmaline
And-
looks just kind of crestfallen when she mentions kindergartens, but she kind of tries to nod. Well, a lot of the stuff living here needs stuff to keep them going. Yeah.
Do we have a fridge? If we have a fridge, Onyx is going up to the fridge and just opening it.
Well, you're not anywhere you'd have a fridge right now.
We're
You're
not
still in
home.
Nexus.
Well, yeah, we're not home.
And she says, "Whoa, huh?
It's like energy for humans.
And bunnies and other animals and plants.
The bunnies are fine.
And Spec says, Milpreve, you keep saying kindergarten. What's a kindergarten? Well, you see, or she
Hand.
glances at Onyx and says, it's something that I think she might kill me for.
It's just a slow nod.
Maybe we
So-
should talk about kindergartens while we're on the way to Prismwood to look for Amber.
Azure will stand up and go, "That's a good idea. Prismwood's this way," and he points in the direction and starts limping in that direction.
She walks as well, and Spec actually walks beside Azure, smiling a little more now. And she says, "Oh, how come you walk funny?"
My gem was chipped.
Oh. And you can see her put a hand over her helmet. Oh.
He'll show her his cane, and on the handle you can see a small part of
Ugh.
Wee.
She recoils away from it.
That's like showing someone your tonsils after they were taken out.
He says, "I made a mistake many, many years ago, and this is just a constant reminder not to make the same mistake again."
Okay, duly noted. Please don't do that to my gem.
Well, as long as there's no malachite in the area.
Okay.
He sort of, everyone can noticeably visit him, sort of shrink into himself.
As Milpreve is a little blissfully unaware, and she quickly gets back to herself. When she sees a squirrel for the first time, she goes nuts. I have
Ah.
never
I'm spoiled.
seen biological life this complex.
It's pretty fucking amazing.
Tourmaline just kind of
Also,
looks over at Trin and says, "Imagine what she'll be like around humans."
So, I mean, there's going to be 2 specs.
And you can see her, she actually tries to pick up the squirrel to get better pictures of it, but it bites her. Ow! Ow, 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 ow.
You have to be
That's
gentle
the thing
with
you
them.
should learn about being on Earth, Milpreve. People and animals don't always appreciate you just kind of grabbing them like that.
Not everybody likes to be touched.
mm-hmm.
Okay, so don't touch things or they'll bite me. Got it?
Well, that only generally applies to animals. And some small humans.
Tourmaline
And Mike
crouches.
Tyson.
What do the big humans do?
They punch you.
Yeah.
Tourmaline kind of thinks and then nods. Yeah,
But-
usually.
But if you spend a bit of time around them, you can ask them about it, and they probably will tell you if they want to.
She nods. And for the record, Spec holds Azur's hand tighter.
Azur would give it sort of a tight squeeze back.
But you guys are getting near Prismwood, and you get more weird looks and flashing cameras at you here than you do in, in Orchid Orchards, but they're still pretty used to you. But Milpreve is just practically vibrating.
She's taking pictures back.
Oh, good. She's vibrating
Mhm.
and filled with confidence.
She has a vibrate setting?
So, apparently. So, as you guys go in, the first thing you can see, because it's one of the biggest buildings in Prismwood, is the, sorry, one moment. It is the firehouse, and lots of people are gathered around there. And Milpreve is looking at it, and she says, the signature we're following is definitely in there. That is exactly where it is. That's where it is.
Hmm.
Yes.
Are you saying that, or do you just want to go over there because everyone else is?
I am definitely saying that honestly and being truthful, yes.
Just
Tourmaline
stares at
just
her.
looks concerned. Do we have to go in there?
If you want to go over there because everyone else is, you can. Just,
Milpreve squeezes and runs off.
Oh, okay.
Her squeals are so neon blue.
It's like dealing with another spec. And then she just goes after her.
Never mind, Moonstone's not here.
Sorry?
I was gonna ask
Oh,
Moonstone
okay.
for something, but Moonstone's not here, so...
They aren't?
Well, Logan's not here.
Logan crashed.
Oh, look!
Yeah.
Oh, he did. They did say that that Skype was being a bit weird for them earlier.
Yeah.
But are you guys going to follow Milpreve or keep doing what you were actually supposed to be doing?
Well, I'm going with Milpreve. Somebody has to look after her. It's like having another spec.
And Spec's going with Onyx because
Onyx.
Onyx.
And I'm going with Spec because he's holding my hand. He's like, yep, he's leading me
He's
around.
just kind of pulling you along.
Tourmaline just looks torn, and as a result, is not moving at all.
Trin will then try and... sorry. Trin will go up to Tor and just kind of hold her hand.
where do you think we should go, Trin? Should we try and find Amber, or should we make sure that Milpreve doesn't get into trouble?
Trin's going to make a very, like he's going to look around, see no Amber, and then shrug like he has no way of finding said Amber.
I suppose that's a good point. Well, okay. I'm a bit nervous about. I mean, I don't know if
Squeeze
the
his
others will be able
hand.
to look after Milpreve okay. I mean, Onyx can get kind of punchy, and Spec can be
Spec.
kind of, I don't know.
Spec.
Spec can be spec.
And then there's Azure, and I'm not sure that I trust him yet. So, okay, let's go and make sure they don't get into any trouble. And still holding Trin's hand, Tourmaline walks after the others.
Pyrite follows.
I'm surprised Millie hasn't like gone crazy for Trin.
Trin's been very good at hiding for someone that's basically neon green.
And slightly glowing.
Yes, yeah, you've been staying behind people the whole time.
Trin has
Well,
a stealth skill of 100.
I was until like Tor went off and did something. Then he was just standing like,
My shield is gone.
Logan's
okay, I'll
posted in Logan's posted in the stream chat. He says Moonstone. I'm sorry.
Moonstone
They
follows.
yeah.
They. Okay, cool. Sorry, I'm waiting on a PM. No big deal.
just standing
Passing
like,
notes with the GM.
I don't know what to do. I'll just stand here and like not move. Maybe they
She
won't
will
notice me.
eventually geek out over you. Don't worry. I haven't forgotten.
And Trin's stealth skill is like 100.
I wish.
All right. Okay. So, you guys all go into the firehouse. Milpreve is a bit unacquainted with the concept of a line, but Spec manages to hold her back, and you end up getting roped into one of the tours. The woman giving the tour has this big fake smile, and she says, "Hi, I'm Judy, and
Hi,
welcome
I hate
to the
her
Prismwood
already.
Firehouse."
Judy. I
Welcome
hate
to
it.
Bossing Say. What?
Yes. There was
Not
no
that
point
kind
in
of Judy.
saying. I'm just expecting, the overly attached girlfriend face from her.
A little bit, yeah.
And this is the firehouse. Oh, that's okay. I know what firefighters are. They came to rescue tourists out of our tree once.
And she says, "Well, I'm glad to see that we have so many." She glances back at all of you, and specifically at Milpreve, who's bouncing on her toes excitedly.
This is just a mixture of
Unique visitors today.
emotions. There's Mill, who's just basically ecstatic. Spec, who's just like in between, and Onyx, who's just standing there staring at her.
I suspect like half the tourists don't even bother with the tour. They're just taking pictures of us.
A little bit, yeah. And she says, "Well, it's a pleasure to give you the tour. Now, since it is a functional firehouse, we can't lead you guys through the place where all the firemen are doing their work, especially since it's summer and they're needed quite a bit, a little down south from here. You know how it is with that global warming."
I feel as if this is a commercial for an adult film.
A little
We're
bit.
gonna
I
go
also
in
feel
there,
like-
and all the firemen are gonna have their shirts off.
I feel that. I also feel like it's partially, plot hook. Like for a later
But
date.
that a great deal of the history of this town is centered around this firehouse, and much of it has been preserved. So we'll be leading you into the mansion in the back. Please follow me, everybody.
Amber is pretending.
And she starts doing that backwards tour guide walk.
Tourmaline
Which they
grips Trinitite's hand a bit tighter.
Grips tightly. But they never have to look behind them. It's a little unsettling.
Yes, That's exactly how she does it. Never looking behind her and just
Onyx
talking
was just
the whole
staring
time.
at her the whole time, like waiting and expecting for her just to fall down or walk into something.
Oh, I'm sure we can make that happen.
She's just
She
waiting for
is-
something to
She's
happen.
staring right back at you, and you're not sure if she's blinking,
Well, I'm not. I know that.
but either way, she is just talking completely without losing a step or composure.
In a stage whisper, Azur's going to go, her voice is a baby bath green.
Ew.
Yeah.
Wait, Trin's gonna take slight offense to that.
I find that offensive. There's somebody
I'm like
who's
every
green.
shade of green. He doesn't actually say that.
Tourmaline will actually frown a little and say, nothing wrong with green.
I never said there was.
It's not easy being green.
I think that was my line.
As you guys are following her, and Milpreve is just, you can see that she is using her helmet to everything. You come to, and this is Pride and Joy. This painting shows the events which made Prismwood a town. So you see, the history of Prismwood is blah, 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 blah. She's not actually saying that, but that's essentially the idea.
This
In
is
front
so-
of you, however,
It's the
there
parents
is
from
a
Peanuts.
picture of a mansion which is recognizable. Yep. There's a picture of, it's a painting of a mansion like this one on fire with an angel with some sort of mark on one of her cheeks, dragging people, including a child, out of it.
Tourmaline puts her...
Moonstone's-
Sorry, go ahead.
Moonstone just kind of stares at that for half a second, then just kind of account for all the gems in their group.
Tourmaline has put her hand over her cheek.
And Moonstone just stares.
Milpreve looks at the picture, then looks at Tourmaline, then looks at the picture and says, "Hey, is that you?"
No.
And Judy
No.
actually gives this big fake laugh. No, young lady. I can see you're a very special guest, so that this picture was made some more than 100 years ago. Almost 200 at this point. And so there's no way this could be the young lady who was in that who inspired that picture.
Is that it?
And even if there was such a woman, it's more like the idea. It's a metaphor of saving people, which is what Prismwood is all about.
Only 200? Is that it?
Moonstone just shushes Onyx for a moment.
So what's the next thing in this tour?
Well, we'll get to that once everybody's done taking pictures of the painting. Now remember, no touching. It is very expensive, and if you touch it, you'll be banned from this town for life.
Glances at Mill.
Moonstone
Milpreve takes a big step away from the painting, and Spec is looking at it, and you can see that Spec is very focused on the corner, in which there is a large fireball lighting up the sky.
You're right
All
there,
right.
sweetie.
Spec
And Zark.
Zog.
and dark.
comes over to look at the plaque and reads aloud. Oh, god damn it.
You're back.
Am I back?
Yeah.
You're just on a bit of a
Okay.
delay.
Spec runs over and looks at the plaque and says, "For his avarice and incredible greed and vicious business practices, J.R. Rodens was believed himself to be smote by the hand of God when a great ball of fire from the sky and ignited his life's work. But to his wonder, the most precious thing to him, his wife and his child, along with his own life, were saved by an angel. He was never able to meet her again, so he was sure that she was sent by the Lord. And as such, he chose to change his ways and to spend the rest of his life protecting others from the sort of fires that had almost taken his life.
Azor, still holding Spec's hand, just gives him a hug.
Spec hugs back, and Milpreve says, "What's a god?"
It's something that the humans believe in.
It's kind of like,
It's like your boss.
yeah, it's like your boss, except
If your boss was everywhere, all the
And-
time.
and knew everything and could do everything but doesn't really do anything.
Moonstone kind of perks up a little bit at the conversation. Oftentimes, religion, such as things that believe in God, will be the things that humans will, and they kind of start going into a bit of a rant of their own.
It's like your boss's boss.
Okay, so it's like Zircon. Alright. Then, the group's starting to move on, but you guys notice Tourmaline's not around. And Julie says, "Now, everybody, I know this is fascinating, but please stay with the group, or at least rejoin us before we leave the room."
Oh boy. Moonstone's definitely going to be searching for Tourmaline.
Yep.
Yep.
Sorry, hang on.
Mm-hmm.
Roll perception.
Hey.
Hey.
Okay. Alright. So Moonstone, Azure, and Trinitite are able to find Tourmaline, even though she is the same color as the wall of the corner that she is curled up in.
Metal Gear.
Moonstone, I think you know her better than I do. I think I'll leave this to you.
Moonstone kind of scratches their cheek. Even then, I'm not really the closest to her.
I'll do it.
Yeah, either you or Trin might be the best. Maybe even Pyrite.
Oh yeah, but you get Trin to do it.
Spec looks down and says, "Trin, could you talk to her? Or do your Trinny thing that isn't talking?"
You seem to be the closest with her. Go do your
Trin, the guy
your
who
thing.
never speaks, but everyone always seems to understand.
Trin is basically the Kenny of the group.
Trin basically speaks the gem equivalent of sign language. That is my headcanon.
So charades.
Yeah,
Anyway.
charades.
Pretty much.
He's just going to go over to her and, like, hug her and curl up with her.
She'll just kind of hug him back and rest her head on top of, basically rest her cheek on top of his head. I just didn't think they'd remember.
So it was you, says Milpreve.
Let's
Voice
let
down.
them be alone for a moment. Why don't we all just carry on?
Yes.
But she is a hero.
I'm
No,
not.
breathe.
Mill.
Milpreve,
says-
there's a time and a day. This is neither. Let's leave them be, please.
If Tourmaline wants to talk about it, we can later. She looks affected by the picture. Come on.
For the record, Spec whispers into Tourmaline's ear. It's loud enough for you all to hear because it's Spec. Or
Spec
not
doesn't
Tourmaline,
know
sorry.
how
It
to be quiet.
whispers into Milpreve's ear. You're right, though. Tourmaline is a hero.
Time and a day.
How did you hear me? I was whispering.
Onyx just picks back up and walks off.
You're dragging Azure along too.
That's why, because he was with you the whole time. That's how he heard you.
Yeah.
Yeah, Moonstone will glance at Tourmaline, nod their head, and then kind of walk towards the others.
Personal space, buddy.
So the rest of the tour goes without a hitch, really, and it ends in the thrift shop, gift shop at the end. And Julie says, "Now please, buy as much merchandise as you like, and remember, Prismwood is the place where light comes to life. Now have a wonderful day, and visit again soon. Bye-bye."
Onyx just looks to Spec and with like the look that's like, yeah, I doubt that. We know where light actually comes from.
Spec is just staring at Julie and says, "She's weird."
Yes, she is.
Moonstone will shake their head and kind of like push the others. Okay, we don't have any of that green paper that the humans take.
I do.
Well, I have a lot, but it's back home.
Moonstone will just double take it, Smarty. Onyx. Since when?
Since the tourists. What do you think I did when they ran off? They always kept dropping their things, so eventually I just started taking them.
And
You can
Moonstone
see that Milpreve is starting to poke through some of the stuff.
Azure is gonna go through his pockets, just go, I did some work so I could experience what human life would be like here, and just hand them his wallet.
Onyx has several wallets of different colours.
Moonstone
With
will
different IDs and credit codes.
There's just different varying things inside the wallets.
and
Azure's
business
wallet
cards.
is just a plain black leather one that goes, "Hoi."
It goes hi when you open it.
Yep.
That is
That's
adorable.
adorable.
Jinx. And the best of a Jinx that you can't get on Skype. But yeah. Guess we'll have enough money so that if Milpreve wants to buy one of the terrible, terrible shitty thrift shops.
Yeah, they're
gift
all
shops.
cheap shit because it's a gift shop.
They don't have any bobbleheads of us. I'm disappointed.
They do have, actually, some paintings and bobbleheads of the Angel, which continues to look suspiciously like Tourmaline.
Is there any sweaters with the angel on?
Yep.
I'm buying.
And there
two or
is
three
a
more
more
of those.
serious one. Serious meaning sort of hot topic serious, you know what I mean? Like this over dramatic
Not
painted
serious at
type
all.
thing. And there is another one that shows the angel in basically a Smokey the Bear pose. Only you can prevent forest fires.
I'm buying Milpreve that and asking her to try it on.
Milpreve looks confused at it and says, "Try it on what?"
As it
Put-
wear it.
Put it on yourself.
Is it gonna shock me?
No.
Occasionally. I mean, only when there's like static. But no.
Oh, okay. Is she lying?
No, for once, she's actually telling the truth.
About the
So I-
static, she's telling the truth about the static thing.
Okay.
The static's
And-
not much.
She does put it on, though she needs a little help. And was it a sweatshirt or a t-shirt or what?
A jumper like sweater.
Okay. What's a jumper?
A sweater.
Okay. And she just pulls on her on the sweater and looks at herself, and she says, "Oh, so this is why the humans are all different colors. Okay."
Moonstone kind of sneaks over towards one of the. I guess the best way to say it is looking for the kid sizes of the angel art outfits.
There are some kid sizes. For the record, for Milpreve, you needed to get at least large.
I would have gotten whatever would have been a comfortable fit for her.
The kid sizes ones have just like little chibi tourmalines on them.
Yes.
Moonstone will kind of look at the price, grab the right amount, including tax for whatever Washington State's tax is, and kind of like be like half tempted to get it for Trin.
I'm sorry, but Trin prefers the original.
Aw.
How dumb, but it would be adorable to see him with a Tourmaline on his shirt.
Yeah, but then it'd make Tor upset, and then he would take it off
Okay, you have
and
a
hug her.
point. You have a
Trin liked
point.
Tor before she was cool.
Oh, god damn it. Sorry, 1 second.
Are you sending messages?
I just had to deal with something.
The bunnies are fine.
The bunnies
Yes,
are fine.
the bunnies are fine. But anyway, and once, are you guys willing to buy the sweatshirt for, Milpreve?
Yep, Azor would do it out of the money he had in his wallet.
Milpreve looks at the money and says, "Oh, so sort of a token economy type thing. Cool. Thank
Yes.
you."
Anytime.
And
Should have seen how humans looks a century ago. So much different.
Onyx waves.
she just looks so pleased.
I've got pictures, don't worry. You have
I
your
think there's a-
photograph. You have your photographic evidence.
So, she says, when does Tourmaline and Trinitite catch back up?
I guess maybe hang around the edges of the gift shop, just kind of waiting for them to be done.
Okay. And once they're all done... Sorry, go on.
Tourmaline is her normal colors again, but slightly muted.
Alright. Once they're all done, as the Milpreve is not paying a whole lot of attention to you, just because she's flapping her hands and looking at everything.
Being
So
evil.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Spec kind of, as he walks past, grips your arm and just whatever comforting type thing people who are a good deal shorter than the person they're trying to comfort can do.
Yeah,
Be
whatever that
adorable
thing is.
Be adorable, stand on their tiptoes, and try to pat the head.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think originally I said Tourmaline was 5'5", but I think she's probably more like 5'2".
Either way, Spec is less than 5 feet, and he just sort of pats your back and smiles a little sadly at you.
She just looks back and bites her lip and just kind of looks down again.
when they get out, Milpreve says, "Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh darn, the gem signature has moved. They must have gotten out before we were done."
Mel, you didn't. It's alright.
There was no signal, was there?
I have no idea what you're talking about, but it's that way.
They're taking us to another tourist trap, aren't they?
Moonstone's gonna actually do cartography stuff and check.
This time she seems to be pointing towards, let me take a look at... No particular tourist trap, just towards sort of the, outer suburb-type areas of town.
Alright, believable this time. Alright. When walking by Moonstone, we'll quietly just, like, go to pat Tourmaline on the shoulder, but hover for a second in case she doesn't want it.
She doesn't react either way.
Okay. Their hand's gonna hover for a second before moving on.
So, Milpreve leads you guys to the, suburbs, and you can see that it's just a very calm type of, little cul-de-sac type deal. But, she begins adjusting her mask and her helmet, just sort of zooming in and out with the lens. And then she sort of cringes, and she says, "Okay, I found the signature." Oh, that's an ugly spot. She's visibly uncomfortable looking.
Is there a problem?
It looks weird.
Define weird.
For the record, you guys don't see anything in the direction she's looking.
Not even with Eagle Eye?
No, not even with the Eagle Eye.
Milpreve, can you see Amber? Or whatever gem it is we're looking for?
I don't know what an amber's supposed to look like, but that wasn't what I expected. And also, it's not gem-shaped. I mean, it's a gem, I can tell it's a gem, but it's, like, big, with 6 legs, and a really...
It's the manticore again.
I'm gonna ask the trees what the hell's ahead of us.
Did we make a full circle to go towards his house?
No, you guys are still in Prismwood. And
Yeah, no, I'm asking the trees what the hell's in front of us. Like, what's in that direction?
the trees say that there's been a horse-like creature wandering through the woods for a long time.
Are
But
we fighting a
nobody...
Sleipnir?
What?
Are we fighting a freaking Sleipnir?
I don't know. But nobody can...
Sorry.
But nobody can seem to see it. And whenever it moves, and whenever anything gets near it, it gets angry. It hasn't hurt anything, but it's been wandering threateningly.
Whenever someone mentions Amber, Trin's just gonna shake his head.
Oh, okay, so it's not Amber. Milpreve, how far away is it?
She says, "Wow, you guys really can't see it, can you? 'Cause it's like there," and she points to near one of the movable basketball hoops at the edge of the cul-de-sac.
Except it's not.
Is it making any sound? Because I can see sounds. There's colours.
Roll perception.
Moonstone's gonna use True Sight.
True sight.
I'm going to start preparing my
34.
field.
Okay.
Damn, that's a natural 19.
Noting that you're preparing true.
True Sight is instantaneous according to this.
Okay.
my
Remind me
photo.
what that does.
For 5 seconds, stripped of all magical
You can see
stats,
everything.
basically.
All right.
For 5 seconds, though.
You are able to see you're able to see that there is in fact a massive 6-legged stallion whose entire front is covered in spikes. And give me a second to find the proper link. Sorry, I'm having some Google difficulties.
Yeah, it's okay.
But TLDR, you are seeing a corrupted gem. This much is obvious.
With my 34, can I see?
You are able to see the tiny sounds it makes as its hooves crunch against the gravel, and because of that, you're able to sort of tell where it is, or at least where its 6 hooves are.
So yeah, Moonstone's going to be staring at the thing for about the 5 seconds that they can, and the moment it disappears, they're going to just like split apart in shock and flail, and Jet flailing around in a panic, and Alatite's hiding behind the nearest gem, which might be Onyx.
All right.
Don't make
And-
too sudden a movement. If it sees us as hostile, it might charge. I can-
Jet, Alatite, what's wrong?
You okay, bud?
Jet will just be stammering out, and Alatite will be like, big, old, creepy, fourth thing, looks like whatever, looks like it's one of the 4th horsemen of the apocalypse or something, or,
Shh! I can't see where it's moving with all the noise behind me.
How else are we supposed to figure out what to do? We have to talk.
Talk quieter, otherwise I can't hear you. I can't see where it's moving.
Well, Milpreve
Trin
can
will-
see it.
Pull on Tor's hand.
What was that, Hatter?
Trin will pull on Tor's hand, and he's quite clearly preparing for his field, which I suspect the party knows that.
Yeah, good idea, Trin. Milpreve, is this something to do with your experiments?
And she says, Glasswoods didn't look like that from the things that I read.
What are glasswoods?
Glasswoods is the thing I was coming up to check on.
Yeah, but what are they?
They were supposed to be like combat pearls, semi-organically constructed gems who could be quickly mass-produced, but more oriented for battle than for servitude.
The
So you
trees.
try to mass produce an army.
They use
Yeah.
old trees.
Yeah, that sounds like what they'd look like. But it was a failure.
What, kindergarten's not enough?
No, they weren't, especially since we weren't really able to get them to work. Also, for the record, Moonstone, you saw that it had that embedded into its forehead.
Ooh, cool.
That is really pretty, and I would roll.
Damn!
That is really pretty, and I would roll history if Alatite and Jet weren't really just panicking right now.
Understandable.
Is it still making small movements, or
It's not. It's sort of pacing, for lack of a better word, and you can tell from the sounds that it makes, even though it's trying to be quiet, this thing is big. Like, its shoulder is probably at your head height.
And damn, Azur's 6'1".
I can. I mean, I can trap it. That's what I'm trying to do with the force field here.
You need to communicate this idea in character.
Is it Millie, is it trying to mark its territory or something?
Milpreve looks and says, I don't know, it's just kind of walking back and forth.
Maybe it's
Why
looking
does
for
it look
something.
like this? What makes a gem look like that?
Well,
Aggression.
Well,
when you try and force something onto a planet that doesn't need it and already has a life form, things like this tend to happen.
That's not what Boss said.
Yeah. Well, people lie.
No,
Like,
please.
hey,
People
Jet
cover
will-
up the truth to make themselves feel better.
Jet will also snap, and also something will have very, very bad consequences if you're just a big old meanie butt. And don't
he is
focus.
indeed a big meanie butt.
And you don't realize it's what the stupid... And Jet just loses all coherency and just grumbles now.
Makes angry Eli noises.
Yeah, pretty
Milpreve
much.
is visibly confused.
Milpreve, does the gem see us?
And she looks at it. And... I don't know. She looks around at all of you, and she's, after a moment, she says, it sees me and you, she points at Azur, and you, she points at Tourmaline.
Yeah.
Oh.
Have you got anything that can make it visible? Or, hang on a minute, you can use your helmet to project, can't you? Can't you project the thing so everyone else can see it?
Oh, I can project I can sort of project something around it, but, that might make it mad. Do we want to make it mad?
No.
No.
Jet just babbles out. No.
Ideally, no.
No, it was just an idea.
What direction is it in? Could you point?
She points to basically the end of the cul-de-sac.
Tourmaline takes a very small step forward and tries to wave. Hello?
For the record, Beryl, all of a sudden you can see its face. Sorry, my bad. Azur. Brain go derp.
Wrong character.
They were both blue, shut up.
Fair.
Azur, you see its face as well as its hooves for a moment, just because it is whinnying in surprise, and it takes a few steps back.
You startled it.
Oh. She, lowers her hand and just kind of crouches down on the ground in a non-threatening way. And kind of holds out her hand in more of a beckoning pose, closer to the ground. You know, like you might do if you're crouching down and feeding birdseed to a bird or something.
Azur's gonna follow her lead.
Milpreve watches it, and she says, okay, it's coming towards you.
Pyrite.
It's coming slowly.
Okay.
Alright?
Pyrite sits down cross-legged.
And as it just slowly inches forward, very slowly, it becomes visible, and what you see is this massive white, six-legged war horse with covered in spikes all over its face and its barrel, and with what I linked earlier, the gem embedded right in the center of its forehead so that the sharp point is sticking out.
You're a beautiful thing, aren't you?
That is pretty cool.
And some of the humans gasp in shock and stagger away, and the gem is visibly just very frightened.
It's
Milpreve is also quite frightened. She looks like if she were human, she would be about to pee herself.
Hello? Can you understand me?
The gem huffs. You don't know whether that's an answer.
With animal speak.
I was gonna say I can use animal speak.
Ooh, well then, anyone who has animal speak, you have sort of started to understand how corrupted gems work, and it's not saying anything super coherent, but it just says, fear, pain, fear, pain, fear, pain, far away, home, want to, so alone, where, why?
It sounds like it's fighting with itself.
Are you in pain?
It huffs again. Not pain, just fear. Fear.
Well, you can come with us if you'd like, for now, and we can try and help you figure out how to not be scared.
You don't have to be alone. We can be your friends.
Corrupt. My job to stop corrupt, but corrupt.
You're meant to stop corrupt gems, but you're a corrupt gem yourself?
It nods.
Maybe, maybe, Milpreve, those bugs, the red ones, they sprayed this kind of goo, and it was when it fixed the teleport pads, and when it got on me, it felt like I was all shiny and new. Is it some kind of healing thing? Maybe it could heal corrupt gems.
Yeah. Milpreve is visibly quite scared, but she says, I'll try and get my boss to send some.
Thank you.
And, 1 second.
We're gonna see if we can do something to fix things, okay? She's talking to the corrupt gem again.
It, huffs, and it says, don't want to be corrupt. Everything is so loud, always right.
Maybe we should go back to the base, to our treehouse, away from humans. It might be a bit quieter that way.
Where is home? But as you say that, Milpreve's helmet lights up, and a few bugs pop out of it, and the horse whinnies and tries to stagger back.
No. They're here to help. They're here to help. They're here to help you not be corrupt anymore.
Home. New home.
We should do it at home.
Do you remember your name?
Fluorite.
It's nice to meet you, Fluorite.
Touch safe. And the drones actually turn and go to a small rock that's on the ground, and first one of the drones breaks it, which causes the horse to shudder. but then it sprays some of the red slime on it, and it knits itself to get back together. Fix?
Fix.
Milpreve, would it work? Would it work on a corrupted gem, do you think?
I don't know, I've never seen one of these before.
I don't know if it would make it worse or not.
I think we should try. For Fluorite's sake.
Fluorite, we haven't tried this on anyone like you before, so we hope it'll work, but we're not entirely certain. Do you want to try?
Try.
I mean, my gem's shit. You could always test it on me first.
Try. And Fluorite slowly and clearly trembling walks over to the bugs, and the bugs crawl onto her, and you can see a shudder run through her as they do.
It's
before
okay.
before they combust it into foam. And the foam quickly envelops her whole body, slowly just sort of fizzing and eating away until, as it fades, it gets smaller and smaller than she originally was, and continues shrinking until you see the top of her gem again. And then she is now about 2 feet tall, still looks like all at the shoulder, and still looks like a 6-legged equine with 5 eyes, and the gem in the middle of her forehead. And she still has some spikes on her face and her chest, but she's much smaller. And she says, "Less fear. I'm still all fuzzy in my head, but not so much."
She lets out a huge sigh of relief. Okay, well done.
She walks over and cautiously pushes her head against Tourmaline's chest.
Hello. She cautiously raises her hand and puts it by Fluorite's muzzle.
Fluorite nuzzles into your hand.
Hi.
And Spec crawls over and says,
Hi, I'm Spec. Can we be friends? Can I hug you?
One step at a
Milpreve
time.
just says, "This is terrifying. I think I might be sick."
Milpreve, thank you.
You're welcome, but
I'm pretty sure that it's all just point in a direction, go, there's a bin over there, go be sick in that.
And Milpreve runs off.
Somebody keep an eye on her.
I've got it.
Then Alitite actually just zoom off. Well, Jet zooms off Alitite in tow, following Milpreve.
They've got it.
Okay,
So, sorry.
so you did really well, alright? She kind of glances around at everyone else. What now?
Now,
Where's home?
well, I don't know where your house is, but ours is that away.
I mean, she was saying something about home.
Fluorite says, "Home. Home was before the war."
Oh,
It's probably
Oh.
gone now.
Were you born on Earth, Fluorite?
No. Before the war.
Homeworld?
Home.
Do you want to go back to Homeworld? Or
don't know.
Well, we should probably ask Milpreve what it's like, because I think it's changed a lot.
You better.
It's been a while.
I've been there for a long time.
There was many, many quiet years and scared years. So many quiet and scared. Home may not be home.
Yeah.
Azur's sort of gonna gently sort of nuzzle her muzzle kind of thing and go, It's okay. You don't have to be scared or alone anymore. I mean, you have us. I'm Azur.
And Spectrolite says, I'm Spec. I can't actually understand what you're saying, but I'm sure you're very nice.
Are we being interrupted?
Oh, everyone, this is, I've forgotten names already because I can't remember everyone else's.
Fluorite.
Fluorite, thank you. Everyone, this is Fluorite.
Fluorite just cautiously walks over, and her 6 legs are visibly shaking. Sorry, I gotta send a message real quick.
The bunnies are fine.
The bunnies are fine.
Yes, the bunnies are fine.
The bunnies are happy at the prospect of a new friend.
You need to go check on them at some point, though. They will be wanting their food.
I want to give the bunny, Fluorite just a massive hug, but I'd be afraid I'd be impaled at the chest.
And
He is our unicorn now.
Fluorite just nods. And then, after a few more moments, Milpreve comes back and says, I don't know what my body was trying to expel, but I am quite glad it was not able to do it. It's not a pleasure, but I am glad that I've met you, Fluorite.
Sorry.
And are you guys alright with me letting you bring corrupted gems to the semi-corrupt state, like the centipedal in the one episode?
Yeah.
I'm absolutely fine with that.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
Alright.
I like it. It's a good compromise between we actually have a productive thing and not being like, oh, hey, this is so easy.
I mean, we actually work for this. It's the case of, if we didn't think of anything, I don't know if we would have gotten Fluorite to be like this.
And, she says, you will be home until I can go home. But as you guys are talking, a human in a very loud jacket, and for you, Zephyr, that's almost literal. The plaid of his jacket sounds like cymbals crashing in your skull.
My eyes, they burn!
My eyes!
And he actually says, in just as loud a voice, holy crap, ladies and gents, that was amazing!
Oh god!
Does Onyx have to break somebody's legs?
Possibly.
Good.
You're a recurring NPC, aren't you?
My name is Chester. Chester
I'm casting force field on around him and making it soundproof.
You can see him still gesticulating wildly, and It takes him a full minute to realize he's in the force field.
He just tries to reach his hand out and he just walks into the force field.
Yeah, there's a slight green bubble around him, which I actually technically have to roll a thing to see if he can break it or not. So let me do that real quick.
He tries to get close and it's just dump.
Tourmaline, meanwhile, is in the interesting position of attempting to hide a 2-foot-tall, 6-legged unicorn behind herself.
You're failing.
We need to like write that down and just post that every freaking where.
So the dude has to make a might check of beat 27 to destroy my force field.
Yeah, he's not gonna do that.
He just walks into it and he's like, wait, hang on, this wasn't here a second ago.
As long as that guy's mouth open, Azure is on the floor in a fetal position, shaking. It's so loud!
Then force field. Silence.
For the record, Fluorite does, in fact, kind of have her spikes up and sharpened. She can sort of raise them like a porcupine's quills in reverse.
Aww.
That's dope.
And she's kind of hiding behind you, Tourmaline.
Yay!
Onyx is gonna walk up and then just be like there for a minute and then go back and go, Tourmaline, do you have any paper on you?
Tourmaline does. Tourmaline always has paper.
And she just gets some paper off Tourmaline, comes back and just writes, what do you want on the piece of paper?
The guy... Why
don't you make him breathe on... Just write down... Breathe onto it and write the message.
Alright. For the record, Milpreve just looks between you all and says, is this typical human behavior?
No.
Okay. Because I don't think I could deal with this all the time. Instead of breathing, he actually pulls out what looks like quite an expensive iPad, though if you look real close, you can tell it's actually a knockoff.
That's a Chinese iPad.
And he types something on it and then turns it around so you can read it, and it says, those special effects, for the record, it's in all caps.
Oh, good.
Those special effects were incredible. Just incredible. I want to know who your manager is so you can be part of the future of the Northern Californian Special Effects Guild and Premier.
Even his writing makes my eyes hurt.
I feel like all of his R's are like 3 R's in a row, just to
He's
like
rolling
emphasize
his
that.
R's
Yeah.
even in his speech.
Even in speech.
Jesus Christ.
I hate this guy already, but you are touching on my jam.
It's my jam.
I'm sitting here building power on my as we speak, and you're going like special effects. Why must you do this to me?
And then she just flips the paper.
Because I'm a bastard.
She just like thinks for a bit, looks over at the group, and then turns back, flips the paper over, writes on it, and turns it around again, and it just says me.
Onyx, make him
Oh, you
fly
should
like a
said
base.
us.
No, it just says me.
You're the manager.
Yep.
He blinks twice and then types up and it says, me? Is that some kind of Japanese company or something?
She just points at herself.
He looks at you through the force field and smushes his face against it in the process. For the record, he does in fact have something in between a showman's mustache and a porn stash.
No.
Is he wearing a trilby?
No, but you get the distinct feeling that he would be wearing a hat. He's actually... Shit, I'm not good at differentiating between hat types. He is bald on top, and you get the feeling he would wear a hat if he could.
Mm.
He seems to have spent most of his money on making his coat so eye-gougingly awful. And he types up, well, if you guys ever want to make a fortune, then please bring this stuff to Northern California and we will make you a star, baby. We've already got some publicity going right here, you know. Oh, what? I am the guy who made Orchid Orchards the success story it is today.
She just raises her eyebrow, Orchid, at that, and then she just sort of scribbles it out and then writes underneath, "Oh, so you know who I am then."
Nope, you're not important enough.
And then she just turns it round and just scribbles monochrome midget on it.
Oh.
And-
Oh!
No idea.
No, he actually does get a glimmer of recognition, and he tries to hold his hand out, but bonk! It bonks against the force field, and he pulls it back and shakes it before typing up. Sal A. Orchidton, nice to meet you. Nice to know ya. You're a tourist attraction all on your own.
I know. You know what? There's an easier way of doing this. I'm just going to teleport inside the force field.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
He blinks with surprise and says, "Wow, you got this stuff down to a science, don't you?
This is a lot
Y'all
easier.
are magical. Absolutely." I'm getting some echo. Is anyone
Sorry.
else hearing that?
No.
Okay. You all are magical. Absolutely magical. And
Yes.
I want you guys to take you on the road. Because you know what? There's only so much you can do in one place, and this town, it's getting old hat. We're outgrowing this. So we can make you some green, baby. Green, green, green as that one's skin. And he points at Trinitite through the bubble.
Trinitite now gets hidden behind Tourmaline as well.
Can I say that Trin has his phone out?
Yeah,
no,
sure.
he's hiding, but he has his phone out and he's looking up this dude's name.
Oh,
He's Googling him.
Yeah, like, is this dude just some asshat that no one's ever heard about, or is this actually a dude that, like, has told places?
I'm going to say that you're able to find a few things under the name Sal A. Orchidton.
I thought you said his name was Chester earlier.
Yeah, I did, but I have no brain.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I'll say that Chester is one of his aliases.
Yes.
Does it have a photo? Like, does his wiki have a photo?
He doesn't have a wiki. He does, however, have
But he ain't important enough.
quite a
I'm
few
kidding.
ads out for him and a couple of mugshots.
Is this guy
Okay.
basically Marty?
I don't know.
He has mugshots for what?
You never know when you
Um,
might need a
For putting on
mugshot.
mugs.
Putting on mugs.
According to the police blotters you're reading, apparently mostly larceny and fraud charges.
Okay, Torm's gonna walk over to the, he's gonna, gently push Tor forward so that they're, closer to the shield, open up a tiny hole, and push the phone through the hole at Onyx.
Oh, hey, phone.
And then pull his hand, hand over the phone, pull his hand back, and close the hole again.
Sal goes to shake your hand, but he misses it.
It just thunks into the force field again.
Yes, so now Onyx knows all the
Hey.
things about this guy.
Hey. You should
For the
just
record,
pinch it
one
up.
of the things about him is apparently he does come from the nepotistic roots of the guy who started Orchid Orchards.
Oh, great.
Orchid Orchards tourist traps are generally more tacky than Prismwoods, right?
Yep, as a general rule.
Except for Sylvia's, which I still have to write about.
Also, gee, I wonder why this guy is one of the people who runs it. Seriously, this guy's more tacky than a glue factory.
He just screams like a bad Marty. I hate him even more.
That's
And
why I
for
put
the
him in a
record,
shield immediately. He's like,
while
nope.
you're checking this, he just keeps talking about how he is going to get you guys big in the prime times, just big, 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 and how Whatever the hell you are, it's gonna be the next huge thing, baby. We can take this act to Hollywood.
Mm-hmm. You should give in the sort of the yes, I'm like you think I'm listening, but I'm actually not. While she's just panning through the phone, just like, yep,
Should be careful with that, otherwise you might accidentally do a verbal agreement.
Shadow, did you accept the quest?
Maybe.
On the other hand, I just feel like
Spectrolite.
Hollywood and Spec should never mix.
Oh
Spec,
god,
for
he'll
the
turn into
record-
Michael Bay.
Spec, for the record, is just kind of leaning against the ball, just looking at Onyx, with his face smushed against it.
Moonstone has returned at some point during this and is just staring at the guy. You know, I bet if I stood in front of him and turned into my humanoid illusion, he would not notice a thing.
She just looks up from the phone,
If
looks
you
over at Spec smushed against the force field, and just leans over and slightly thumps her fist into her.
Spec giggles.
If you like split into two and then back again over and over again, this dude would have a heart attack.
How are you doing that?
Oh my god, it's gonna be huge!
Seriously, for a second, I honestly do not believe he would even notice if he was jabbering loud enough.
Yes, he's still going on, and now he's saying something about contracts and producing, and that what I'd really like to do is direct.
Oh god, no.
Someone push this force field down a hill.
No,
Push
I
it
You
down.
do that.
It's basically a giant hamster ball. Push him.
Don't push him. I'm in it.
You can teleport out.
I could get you out first and then do it.
You get to smush him while you smush him.
She just finishes panning through it. It's like, so, interesting history you have.
Look, if that's what my ex-Jenny says about me, I'm telling you, that evidence was all falsified.
Mm-hmm. Is that what people call the police around here?
Look, we don't need to discuss pasts, do we? That's why it's in the past, because it's past. Water under the bridge. What we need to discuss, and he actually puts an arm around your shoulder and does the hand wave thing, is the future.
She's just,
Out comes the hammer.
she's glaring daggers at him, and she just goes, "Don't touch me."
He
Please pull out the hammer.
pulls his arm away from you, but then grabs one of your hand in both of his and shakes it vigorously and says, "Well, I do hope we have a deal, little lady. And remember, my name is Sal A.
Hammer.
Orchid." Oh, hammer. What do you do with it?
It just comes out, just in her other hand, and just slams against the floor, and she's leaning on the handle.
He glances down at the hammer and then back up.
Just raises an eyebrow, like, "No, please continue."
Can I just do audiomancy and in the background all they can hear is busted?
There's just police sirens in the background.
Yes, that. I have fly on the wall, let's do this.
Wait, he hears he's about to comment on the hammer, but when he hears the police sirens, he's... Oh, shit. I gotta go now. Could you guys let down whatever this is?
I don't
Moonstone
know.
pauses for a Moonstone kind of goes like, you know, I'm half tempted to just say Trin,
We
leave him
can't
there.
hear him.
You can't hear him.
Oh, right. Dang.
It's like, I don't know. I'll have to check with the others. Hang on. And then
Every
she just,
5 seconds, the police sirens are getting louder.
yeah, it's just the si-
Gradually.
She just turns around, like she's still in the bubble. She just turns around to the group, and she's just like,
Spec just keeps pressing himself against the bubble.
I actually have a picture for this. Hold on.
Oh.
I have to go
Oh my
find
god.
it. I have to
Alright.
go find it though.
Alright, gestures for the guy to go away. Send him away.
To be honest, if Moon knew about this dude, Moon would be like, okay, leave him there, we'll call the actual cops.
It's still getting louder. Actually, no, I didn't actually hear any. Unless I can read lips, I don't think I can.
Well, it's possible that you might have seen Trent flipping, throwing thingy.
No, I mean Azure. I could fuck with this even more.
Oh, sorry, just But Hatter?
No, I just no one's told me to put down the force
Well,
field yet.
she's just gonna look to Trin and just be like, just indicate to pick it up slightly so she can come out.
Yeah, he will open a hole that's shaped like her, dress and all.
Exactly her.
Yeah, and then immediately close it behind her.
And she just come
Spec
out.
hugs Onyx when she gets out.
She hugs him back. And then she just goes over to the others and go, he is freaking out and it's hilarious.
Azure's just sitting there looking at you, going, wee woo, wee woo, wee woo.
I suspect that when we opened up the force
Yes,
field, we
you
could
could
hear that
all-
for a split second.
Yes, you could.
But yeah, what do you... Like, he is... Like, he's basically a huge fraud, and as much as I would like to just, you know, do what I do... Yeah, I know you guys don't like that, so... What? Kick him?
Spectrolite thinks and says, "Do you know the human game golf?"
I do. I do like golf. I also like baseball and
Croquet?
croquet.
What's a polo?
Anything involving hitting things with other hit things.
Oh, croquet.
Wait.
That's the one that's like knitting. Oh, wait.
No, that's crochet.
Can I
Croquet
just
is where you
say
hit
that-
balls with hammers.
Can I say Trin uses his ability to grow plants and have like two trees slowly growing into a giant
Tea?
Oh my god, you have that too. How many?
Yeah,
how
I-
much overlap
I-
do we have?
but I have the
Twins.
advanced one too. I
Yeah,
have the
so do I.
yeah, the green hands, but yeah, no, so I want to do that, but you know those big archway things you have in croquet?
Mm.
Do that, but it's really big.
Are we seriously about to do this?
Are you seriously
You
about to let
create-
Onyx do this?
A big. You make a big croquet hoop,
Yes.
or a wicket, whatever.
Honestly, no one really sees it. It's just like wood bending and becomes that.
Yep. And this is all away from the suburbs, so you wouldn't be running over anything.
Yes. Oh, and also the shield is like slowly rising out of the ground to become a ball.
Alright then, I see where this is going.
Spectrolite giggles and it just bounces on his toes, and I almost wanna. Wanna. No, that'd be a bad idea. Never mind.
You wanna what?
Nothing.
No?
Nothing.
Go on.
I want to watch you hit him.
Go on. No, fine.
Actually,
I wasn't going to stop you.
could we, if you want, I can, as he gets hit, make his bubble just scream, I am a big fat phony.
As it rolls down the hill.
Yep.
Oh, hey, what's the big fat one? Oh,
And she's just... And she's like, alright, I see
oh,
where
the
this
jazz
is
must be
going.
around.
And then she just goes back over and just be like, alright, you know, lift. Just so she can get in again. She only has 2 teleports. She
Oh yeah,
can
no,
only
okay.
teleport twice a day.
Yeah, no, yep, you can get in.
Yeah, and then she just goes back in. And she's like, So, I've had a chat with my friends, and we, what is it called in your business? What's the term?
Immunized.
We'll get our people to talk to your people.
And
then she just teleports.
No. Don't call us. We'll call
Yeah,
you.
don't call us, we'll call you. Is that it? And then she just teleports out, grins, and she pulls out her hammer, winds back, and just slams the ball.
And I'm gonna say, roll of funny. I don't think that's funny. The
I was
ball is off like a shot into the forest.
I was gonna say as soon as it touches, since audiomancy is instantaneous, it would go and do that,
Yep.
and it
I just had
actually
this terrible thought,
punctualizes the capitals.
So it sounds just like he's the one saying it.
Yep.
But I just had this really bad idea. We just kicked him into the forest. The forest that's filled with gems.
He'll live.
He's in the force field.
We might have to save him.
He'll live.
Oh boy.
By the
Well,
way,
it's-
that thing only lasts for 4 minutes unless I'm concentrating.
He'll live.
We just we're like 3 sessions in, we just find this really loud jacket. Huh. I wonder where this came from.
Burn
It
it.
just becomes Bear Grylls.
But he records everything on his knockoff iPad and it becomes a hit series on YouTube.
To be perfectly honest, I fully expect that for some whatever reason he's going to be appearing again, and it'd be just
I'm
as
okay with
obnoxious.
that. I like this guy.
He's going to be making a film about crab people.
He's going to be trying to make a film about the gems without them realizing it.
Oh, that's gonna be funny.
Oh, it totally is. And I swear that if Moonstone ever catches, let's just say that the camera's probably not going to be a camera for long.
This is Ronaldo.
Oh God, totally is.
Yeah,
Except
no,
I
I-
like
I-
this guy.
The moment he showed up, I'm like, that's our Ronaldo. But I just imagine that he shows up one day, and Trin just runs into the treehouse, hides behind Tone's like, "What's wrong?" And then you just see him out a window with the camera.
Keep Orchid Oaks weird.
You just see him out the window, and then behind you, you just hear the sound of knuckles cracking.
And he's like,
So, Fluorite finally puts down her hackles, and Milpreve says, okay.
Okay, so, okay.
There is another gem signature. 2 are in the cave, and 1 is sort of heading towards the, place.
Wait, 2 in the cave? Oh.
There's one in my cave.
There's another. God dang.
They're having a party in my house.
They're multiplying.
They're having a
Right.
party in my house, and I wasn't even invited.
Moonstone
It's my
had the
house.
They're eating my pizza.
Moonstone had the flattest place possible and turns to Azure and goes like, "I think the manicore in your house must have had a kid."
I swear, if he starts eating my photos, I'll kill it.
What's a kid?
It's a baby goat.
You're not wrong.
Wow.
She just comes back with a hammer on her shoulder.
Mm.
Oh,
Well,
that's it.
she examines your hammer and says,
Wow. Are you a combat gem? Because that's a good weapon.
Yeah, kind of. I'm not entirely sure myself.
Trin is shrinking away.
She just looks at Trin and goes, "Oh, right," and then puts the hammer away.
That's not the hammer. It's the fact of you like, oh, that's a really good combat weapon. Thinks of own weapon. Never happening.
I don't know what my weapon is. I mean, I'm a scout, so I never really needed to learn. She looks a little embarrassed.
That's okay. I can teach you.
It's a chocolate, isn't it?
At the idea
That'd
of
be
being taught, she just goes wide-eyed and overjoyed.
She smiles and ruffles her hair.
Chakram nunchucks.
Spectrolite grins at Milpreve and says, Onyx is a really good teacher. She helped me figure out how my weapons worked. I mean, I knew what they were, I knew how to summon them, but I didn't really know what I was doing, you know? And she says, cool. But anyway, the single signature is on the side closest to us of the icky gem-filled mountain.
Mm-hmm.
Some of us live there, you know.
You live inside an aborted kindergarten?
I live on the other side. I did not know that was an aborted kindergarten.
Ugh.
That must have happened after I poofed.
She shudders. That's just gross. But, I guess we have to go there.
On Earth, it's kind of a thing. A lot of living things grow from dead things on Earth.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It's what they call the circle of life.
They made a song about that.
Alright,
Living
we'll sit
things grow from dead things?
Mm-hmm.
So, wait, if that's the case, why do you guys object to us making the kindergartens? Because we're just making living things out of things that are going to be dead.
No,
It's
things
not
that
the
are
same
going
way.
to be dead are things that are... It's okay if they're already dead, but you were sucking all the life out of the planet. Not
You weren't just killing the planet, you were killing everything on it.
Killing something to make something isn't good, but using something that's already dead to make something is fine.
Now, hold on. The way we're wording this, if it's dead, you can make something alive from it. She's going to be the first ever gem necromancer.
Gem necromancer.
I'm okay with this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We have our
fine.
Zenkan for the session.
There's sort of a thing like that in Season 2. They use gem shards and fuse them together to make things.
True.
But this is an AU, so technically she'll be the first one.
But though it sometimes it happens that on Earth that some things kill other things to make themselves new things.
Wait, what? Then why are they allowed to, but I'm not?
Because it's Earth. They live here.
It's
Because
they rely off one another.
So
Then
then
if-
wouldn't it... So if it's because they live here, then wouldn't it be okay if a gem from a kindergarten made another kindergarten?
Not really.
Question.
It's a complicated difference
The difference
between
is that-
us and them.
What time of day is it? Because it's been a while.
Yes, it has, and it's beginning to get towards, it's not quite sunset, but it's getting towards dusk. The sun will be setting soon, and for the record, Orchid Orchards and Prismwood have gorgeous sunsets.
Like, at like sunset in how many minutes?
So
10 minutes about.
Okay, cool. Trin, as this is going on, is going to walk over to Millie
Mm-hmm.
and take her hand.
oh,
Oh,
damn.
you're the little one.
And you're the little.
You're the
and
little one.
begin walking towards like a good vantage point, like
Oh,
a
we're-
really good vantage point for
Oh.
sunset. That
Alright.
that they could get to in just under 10 minutes.
Yes, they can. She says, is this normal? And Spec says, yeah, it is. Just go with it.
He doesn't like to talk much, so he just kind of pulls you around.
Or
Okay.
get pulled around.
For the record, Milpreve is only just a tiny bit taller than Onyx. She's like spec-sized. So she says, I'm not used to other gems being shorter than me.
He's not going to respond in any way, but when they get to the location, he's just gonna sit down and
She
and
looks
and,
at you.
and face the direction of the sunset.
You see her, she follows your gaze with her vision, and then gasps and just sort of scrambles back against a tree. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, are we gonna die? Are we gonna die? Is this gonna kill us? Are we gonna die?
We're not gonna die.
And Spec says, ooh, Tourmaline, look, lots of pretty colors for you.
Oh, yeah, thanks, Spec.
And it is a very gorgeous sunset. The sky is basically on fire.
This is just what this planet does. It has a thing where it turns from bright and it turns from day to night.
While it does have terrible moments, it has some beautiful things like this.
Milpreve just stares at it, and she adjusts her helmet. And after a moment, she actually takes her helmet off, though she keeps pointing it at the sunset. And she says, record. I'm gonna record this, because I want BG to see it later. I think she'd like it.
Mm-hmm.
Happens
That's sweet,
every
yeah.
day. I'm not gonna say I'm not a character, but it happens every night.
It happens every day.
She's just staring at it, and she says, wow,
Yeah.
everything about this planet is so alive.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what it would be like to have been made here. I think that a gem made here would probably be really alive too, even if they didn't come from a kindergarten and they had to develop the long way.
Probably.
Let's just enjoy the moment.
Tourmaline has flown up into the sky and is collecting a few colors.
You get some really nice ones. And eventually the sun does dip below the horizon and it starts turning into night. Milpreve says, oh, I have trouble seeing with my regular eyes with this. Just, she pulls her hair over her off eye and puts her helmet back on. Then twists the knobs a little and, there we go.
It's okay, I can see during the night. This is my favorite time of the day.
Same here, the stars are out. It's pretty.
Mm.
Yeah, no. As the sun is like completely gone, Shine's just gonna stand up, turn 180 degrees, and then sit back down.
She looks at the stars and says, it's not very good, actually. At least, well, it's good, but this planet has... It's the same thing that makes the sunsets beautiful, but it makes it hard to see the stars, because all the air's in the way.
And then I suspect the moon starts to rise.
And then the...
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
And she says, and then there's, oh, whoa.
It's, oh.
Religious experience!
Whoa. Planets don't usually have moons this big compared to them.
Mm-hmm.
Which cycle of the moon is it in?
It is,
Full moon.
Full
Be
moon.
full moon.
yeah, full moon.
Yes. That is the most beautiful moment.
Yeah.
Your first moon is the full moon. Yes.
And it's like proper fully bright and everything.
She adjusts her sight again and says, they made it there?
No, the moon's a natural satellite.
That's a
No,
normal.
I mean, they made it there.
Oh,
Humans made it there.
Yes.
they've sent robots to Mars.
Humans have made it as far as the one behind this, or in front of this.
No, they've actually made it to Pluto, I think.
Yeah, humans have made it like all the way through this system.
Well, humans haven't. The things they've made have.
No, yeah, humans have managed to get to the ends of this system, but they themselves have only made it as far as that.
There,
Ooh, a blood moon.
this planet has life able to do that?
Yep.
Well, they couldn't. It's only been like
50
What?
years.
50 rotations around the sun since then. So
Humans have only
It was pretty recent.
humans have only been pretty active for what, 4,000 years? Somewhere
Well,
maybe 5.
They've been around since the rebellion.
Oh, so the really smart ones were only born 4,000 years ago?
Yeah,
no.
they kind of
Humans have a very short life cycle.
And Spec says 80 to 100 years, actually rather grimly, and Milpreve just gawks. Well, then how the hell did they get up there?
Sheer determination.
It fills you
Sure.
with
Actually, you're
determination.
not wrong on that one.
sheer determination and passing things on from one
Imagination.
Yeah, they may
One
not last
generation.
long, but they breathe like bunnies.
Yeah, they don't last long, but they put all of their effort into every day. It's actually quite inspiring.
and they keep passing it on one generation to the next, to the next, to the next. Could be anything from that up there. Moonstone kind of points towards the moon, kind of with a wistful glance to, well, what you saw in the little shop, little trinkets, things like that.
She
would-
looks down at her Smokey the Tourmaline costume shirt.
I think you mean purple, the tip.
Only you can prevent forest fires. Don't tell me what to do.
Tourmaline finally notices what she's wearing and just buries her face in her hands.
I regret nothing.
Yeah, just in general, they don't stop once they pass on.
They keep going and going and going.
Like another
Humans-
bunny.
Humans try their best to. A lot of
They-
humans I've spoken to tend to try to pass on better things to the people that come after.
They have a dream, and they always follow it, no matter if it's in their lifetime or the next. Somewhere down the line, there will be someone to fulfill it for them. To a human, all dreams come true in the end, one way or another.
I need to go home. My bunnies need their food. Can I
Oh,
just...
right. Yeah, we should probably.
Speaking of home,
You can actually hear Fluorite say, home. And she says, oh, yeah, we can do that, yes. Actually, I can maybe get you there faster?
Tourmaline looks concerned.
I mean, I'm not a teleport technician, but
I think
No.
I can make something that can take us pretty fast.
okay.
You all don't have to come if you want to stay out and search and
I want to see your home. I want to see everything about this planet. It's so amazing.
The planet's quite big. You're going to be here a while.
Oh, right. Well, I want to see everything you can show me then. Like, what's a bunny?
nothing.
And Spec says, oh my gosh, bunnies.
No, wait, I I gotta go. And she just takes off back towards the treehouse on her ribbons.
On what little space is left on the piece of paper that Onyx has, she's gonna very crudely draw a bunny. She's not the
And-
best of artists.
All right. She
That's
looks
totally-
at the paper and says, "Is it some sort of insect?"
It's a mammal.
Fluffy insect.
She gets there. It's so fluffy.
Their Moonstone kind of pauses. They're sort of like Tourmaline. Gentle, soft, but very timid.
Oh, okay. But
And
even
very
so,
easily scared.
Very adorable as well.
Yes.
Would it be okay if I went with you to your home? I promise not to touch anything.
I'm sure we have a spare bed somewhere, probably.
Azur's gonna raise a hand and go, "Can I crash at yours tonight?"
Yes.
Moonstone
And
kind of
Spec
just,
says, "You can sleep in my pod if you want. It's not very big, but, well, no one else is using it."
Spec usually sleeps in my room.
Yeah,
Is Spec saying that to me, or
both of you, actually.
thank you for the offer?
Failing that,
Spec
there's
says-
always the sofa.
I'm gonna fly after Tourmaline. I'm not as good at flying as her, but, I'll give it a try. And Spec, he does the Iron Man thing with his hands and goes after... Dally, what's up?
Nothing. Oh, no, I was just responding to the shipping comments.
Oh, okay.
And then after a fairly decent way, Onyx just gets up and sort of essentially dusts herself off, but she doesn't have to really, and just goes, "Yeah, I need to follow him. He's gonna." He really underestimates just how much he says he's not a good flyer. Also, it's quite funny to watch him land, and by land I mean crash. So, yeah, you guys have fun. And then she just goes off after him.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you can keep up, and Spec does more than a few landings. But would you guys like to call the session at you getting home?
By the way, we're taking fluorite with us.
Yeah.
oh yeah, definitely.
Yep.
If Fluorite follows, at least.
Fluorite will follow, though she's a little uncomfortable since Tourmaline left.
I'll be next to Fluorite, making sure they're okay.
Alright.
And Pyrite will too.
Oh, at some point, Moonstone's gonna offer Trin a piggyback ride just because it's been a long day. Even though gems don't really get tired, it's been a long day.
Trin eventually gets his phone back when they get home.
So, would you guys be alright
I've
with
been
calling
muted.
it there?
Apologies.
Good job.
I was responding to the Trin thing. Actually, before Onyx leaves, Trin is gonna go up to her and
He's just gonna
Draw-
tug on her dress.
tug on her dress and then draw a rectangle in the air with their fingers, roughly the size of human currency.
And she's like, "Oh, right, your phone."
No.
It's about the same size.
Takes it, puts it in his pocket, shakes their head, does it again.
No, you want honey? Paper?
Very, very slow nod at the first one, and is becoming more and more timid.
And then she just takes out 4 different wallets and just holds them out pick one.
He's gonna take one that clearly has at least some kind of bills in it,
Mhm.
and then walk away very slowly.
Trinitite is asking for pocket money. Huh.
Yeah.
Because he's going to go do a thing. He's arriving home late.
Alright.
But yeah,
Moonstone is. Do you mind if Moonstone kind of, basically chaperones him?
if Hatter doesn't mind, I don't mind.
Yeah, that's what I was asking.
I don't mind, but it's gonna be. I had a joke running in my head of no one checked the whole strip joint, but no. If Moonstone
Trinitite needs money
chaperones
for Kool-Aid.
he's gonna he's gonna go to a store that sells fabric and find one that's like a really really nice color and buy it.
All right.
Yeah, admittedly, probably a good idea for Moonstone to come just so, well, somebody doesn't be like, why is a 5-year-old here? Okay, not
Yeah.
5-year-old, but
So you buy a really nice colored what? Sorry, I zarged a little.
Fabric.
I find like probably a 8-inch by 8-inch piece of cloth that has a really really nice color in it, and
Alright.
preferably something soft.
All right, that works.
yeah, and Moonstone with Moonstone chaperones, and then once figuring out what Trin was entailing, turns into their human form to make it a little bit easier to buy something without getting photobombed.
I believe what would just happen would be his eyes come just above the counter, so he just like puts the cloth slowly on the counter, followed very slowly by the money.
You just see the top of his head and just pushing the cloth onto the table.
Yes.
Yeah, it
All
is,
the
it is adorable as heck, but realistically, not like, just in case.
Oh,
Alright.
and then if you continue to chaperone him, he's gonna go out the forest and look for differently colored stone.
You're able to find some really pretty ones since,
Hey.
due to this being a gem battleground, even those that weren't former gems, it laid the seeds of really pretty crystals.
Cool. Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah, Moonstone's gonna apologize for basically babying Trin, even though Trin might be older than Moonstone. Maybe? No, wait. Yeah, nuclear. I don't know.
Yeah, probably.
I'm gonna say that his age is unknown. But he's been with you guys for like 200 years, maybe.
Yeah, he's technically in the group older than Moonstone was. Moonstone only arrived about 100 years ago. But still, Moonstone kind of doesn't want any of them alone, I guess. So, yeah.
So, at this point, you guys all get home within about an hour, and Tourmaline, your bunnies are fine.
Good. I feed my
They
bunnies.
better be.
The bunnies are very happy to be fed, and if you'll let him, Spec does say hi to the bunnies.
Spec is allowed to say hi to the bunnies.
Okay. You can tell that he's poofed a few times on the way there. Onyx,
Yeah.
you got a good look at all of those, and they were hilarious.
Gonna have all of those like cataloged into video. You know.
He landed once and post, but he didn't realize he post, so she just picked his gem up, carried him some of the way, and then just let him out again and be like, yeah, that was a really good one. You flew a very long way.
I have the headcanon that Onyx is just there going, and fail army.
And you're getting better. And you fail.
You fail. It's gotten to the point where she knows the exact moment when he's going to start falling.
It is adorable. Everybody's adorable.
Once Spec has gone,
sorry.
incidentally, Tourmaline turns into a bunny and frolics with them.
Aw,
That's adorable.
little purple
My
bunny.
heart!
This is what Tourmaline
Your
does
bunnies-
sometimes. She likes turning into a
You-
bunny so she can play with her bunnies properly.
Your bunnies are used to this, and they love it.
Yes.
So, eventually everyone comes back, and I'm gonna say that Spec has actually fallen asleep, lying face down on the table. Not all on it, but like you'd fall asleep in a classroom.
Mm-hmm.
And she pokes Spec and says, "Is he dead?"
No, he's just sleeping.
What's sleeping?
It's what you do. It's what humans usually do during the night, and we just kind of do it as well. It's what they do when they need to recharge.
It's sort of like poofing, but without getting damaged.
Yeah, it's like poofing, but without being hit. You just kind of close your eyes and just lay there until you drift off.
Generally speaking, it helps a lot according to the humans.
Humans
Guys-
kind of need sleep.
True.
Spectrolite's eyes are moving underneath his lids.
That's natural.
Yeah, that's normal. That's normal.
Yeah, he's very good at doing what the sleeping thing is.
He's very energetic, even when he's asleep.
When you run in your dreams, you run for real.
What's a dream?
It's what you do. It's like a thought when you're asleep.
She now starts having the
Existential
questioning.
crisis.
Yeah, of like, are we all in a dream? Is
She's
this
a-
reality?
No, she's just thinking. Then why have it have a different word for it than thought?
Because because unlike a thought where you're like, I should do this, in a dream you can do whatever you want.
The difference is the state of mind. A dream you
The
do.
state of consciousness.
I was gonna say, in one state of mind, you're more conscious and able to do it. But there is it's a form of dreaming of which you have control. Lucid
Lucid
dreaming.
dream.
Weird.
Yeah, it's mostly human things. We just kind of pick them up.
Can Azure
She-
just sort of lean over, whisper to Onyx, make sure we don't show her the Matrix?
She, as Spectrolite is sleeping, she actually picks up one of his arms and sort of twists him around so she can get a look at his gem.
Gentle.
Wait, who? What now?
Milpreve is poking around Spectrolite's gem.
Ah, okay.
Do you really think you should be doing that?
Okay, so igneous composition sort of looks like it was heated and then chilled very quickly. And a lot older than he looks and acts. This is so fascinating. And Spectrolite snores.
Yeah. Is that his battle cry?
Ah, the wonders
Yeah.
of nature.
She actually does flinch away at this and says, "Is that normal?
That's also normal.
Sleep is weird."
Sleep is indeed weird, but it really helps sometimes. I don't do it much because I prefer the night, and that's when most people usually sleep. But
Spec only does it from time to time after days that have been very tiring.
yeah,
Does he usually sleep on the table, or
he
do
will sleep
people-
wherever he wants,
Yeah,
and eventually Onyx will just carry him to the bed in her room.
That's what
When-
I was about to ask.
you mean as in right now?
Yeah, and that once he eventually just comes over gently, just sort of as gently as Onyx can be, just sort of pulls Milpreve away
Milpreve.
and picks Spec up, just like with the, you know how you pick a tired kid up and like just the arms over the shoulders,
Yep.
picks him up and just takes him to her room.
Okay. Right. Okay.
Azur's going to sit on the sofa, look around, and be noticeably feeling quite awkward.
Milpreve actually sits next to you and says, "So, what's your cave like?"
I made it like him. It's got some memories of when I used to be back on Homeworld, but I took photos over the years of seeing this place grow, and well, this is home now. But these people were so close, and yet I never met them before. I mean, you never realize how alone you are when people like you are so close.
Well, there's people like you in your home. But
People like me, I know if I went back to homeworld, they'd say I was a rebel.
no, I mean you're here home. There's two people like you in your here home, in your cave. For the record,
What?
Fluorite is curled up at your feet.
Wait, this... What?
He means the Chimera.
What do you mean?
There are two people like you, two gem signatures.
There's a manticore in there.
The Manticore, yes, whatever. The mythical beast. That's...
No, I'm saying this in character.
I know.
I don't know what a manticore is, but there's two gems in your house.
There was only one earlier.
No, there's two. One of them's really weird, though. Like her
The other one's
signature.
amber.
Like her signature's all fligsty. And yes, I know that's
so-
not a real word.
As also a good sit-up, sort of go... Like the moment of realization. That manticle's corrupted.
She glances down at Fluorite and says, and just points at her. So manticores are like that?
I think the best way to describe it is if we can get everyone to go and we can show you.
Eventually, we're going to be running a zoo.
Can we wait until they all are unsleep?
Yeah. Is always sort of going to bring his knees up to his chest, or put his arms around them. He doesn't actually sleep that night, he's just sort of there thinking.
Alright.
Hi,
And
Ryan.
with... Sorry,
Sorry.
go.
I was thinking of pulling up a manticore on Google. Pyrite doing
Alright.
that.
If you do, Milpreve looks at it and says, "Ew."
Actually, I'm gonna PM you something.
Okay, but what were you saying, Hatter?
There was something I wanted to do before we ended.
Alright, go for it.
Trinitite is going to knock on Tor's door and wait.
The silence generally means it's Trinitite, so Tourmaline turns back into herself and opens the door a crack. Hi, Trin, what's up?
He has his hands behind his back, like he's hiding something.
She opens the door the rest of the way. Everything okay?
He pulls out a tiny, when you take a cloth and they do the hobo tie knot thing?
Mhm.
Yeah.
That, except it's a green cloth with a very slightly darker green floral print on it, so you can just barely make it out, and it's quite clearly there's something inside of it, and he kind of hands it over to you very slowly.
Oh, that's a pretty color. She holds it carefully in one hand and unties it with the other.
Inside is the very beautiful red color of the bugs, and a gemstone that is a translucent blue-gray.
Oh, they're pretty. You got this one from Milpreve's bugs, but where did you get this from? She points at the transparent gem.
points out to the woods.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Thank you, Trin. She goes and arranges the items, including the piece of cloth, on one of her shelves. You can see that the walls of her room are lined with shelves, and on the higher shelves there are countless numbers of jam jars that are filled with swirling colours, and on the lower shelves is just all the knickknacks that she's collected or been given over the years.
Aww.
Probably no short amount of them from Trin. Just
Yeah.
like when shit gets too like crazy, he just shows up with new colors and just
Generally
gives them
stuff
to-
from Trin, and then the stuff that Onyx nicked from tourists and gave to Tourmaline.
I'm helping.
Yep.
I can't.
I love all the odd little
squeeze
friendships that are
enough.
forming here.
we knew Tor and Trin would be friends. We just knew that.
She picks up Frost, the bunny, who is being a little bit agitated, and just kind of cuddles him and says, do you know if fluorite is okay?
He's like, how would I be able to, like, because I'm still technically out in the hallway, would I just be able to look down at the living room and see fluorite?
Yeah, you can see fluorite curled up at the feet of Azure, and you can actually also see Milpreve briefly touches Azure's chest and then yanks her hand away.
Okay, yeah, no, he's going to look down that way, look back at her, and just give a small nod.
Okay, that's good. I'll maybe check on her tomorrow then. Okay. I'm gonna just do some painting for a while, okay?
He nods slowly.
You be okay, Trin? I know it's been a busy day for you too.
He quite clearly is thinking about it, and slowly nods, but is hesitating on that.
She kind of puts a hand to her chin, as if thinking for a second, then goes away, and then comes back with a pencil and a notepad turned to a blank page, and she hands them both to him. Why don't you come in and do some sketching with me for a while?
He's going to hold them both like, what am I supposed to do with this? And slowly walk into the room.
I don't know how to draw.
This is not my forte. But yes,
And-
he will join
I'm
her
sorry.
in drawing.
I think we can call the session there.
Cool.
Thank you very much for all playing with me, and thank you, Dally, for streaming.
Thank you for DMing.
I had a lot of fun, and I hope you guys enjoyed this session too.
This one was
I
awesome.
set up some more seeds.
We have a unicorn now.
We have a unicorn now.
Yeah,
Well,
we
hold on now.
We
Can
have
it be
running
considered
gag
unicorn
McGee.
when he has a ton of horns?
Fluorite's a she.
We have a multicorn.
Yeah, but well, she has spikes, but like she has her gem in the center of her forehead with like one corner of it poking out. So I'm gonna say she's a unicorn.
Pink
Yeah.
pink, spiky, fluffy corns dancing on rainbows.
Pink
tried
spiky
so hard.
unicorns dancing on rainbows.
You tried so hard.
She's actually sort of a translucent white.
So sort of like looking up into a cloudy sky type of white.
Yeah, kind of, except more jagged.
She sounds so pretty.
Hmm.
She is quite pretty. But she was quite scary when she was 6 feet tall at the shoulder.
Well, no duh.
Anything's scary if it's 6 feet tall at the shoulder.
Except for when you realise the noises it was making was neon pink.
Can imagine that now. Oh my god, it's neon pink. That's adorable. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I've made a huge mistake.
I've made a huge mistake. It's sleeping at my feet.
Oh, it's adorable.
We call that parenthood.
Oh god, I'm a father.
Oh wait. Then who's the mother?
Tourmaline.
Tourmaline.
Oh my freaking god.
Oh man.
But I already have fur babies.
But this is
So
a
now
spike
you
baby.
get a spike baby.
I'm surprisingly okay with that. Tourmaline likes fluorite.
Fluorite.
Tourmaline likes fluorite so much that she will learn to say her name eventually.
But all things considered, we are just gonna have a zoo of semi-corrupted gems.
Congratulations, Azurite, you're a dad.
At least I didn't have to give up my physical form.
You're just gonna wake up and there's just gonna be a book of dad jokes in your lap.
Inside that book, is there a book of quantum physics?
And inside that book of quantum physics is more dad jokes.
The moment someone becomes dad, they just know all the dad jokes ever, which are all the same.
Yep.
That would be the worst or the best superpower.
Hey guys, look at that flock of cows. Herd of cows, Dad. Of course I've heard of cows. There's a whole flock of them over there.
Oh my god!
This needs to be a homebrew skill.
Dad jokes.
Dad jokes.
To be
Yes,
perfectly honest, I've never been a fan of them. They always had too much dad air afterwards.
I will kill you.
oh,
You started it.
That is certainly a superpower, though. Featuring Dad Man with the amazing power of dad jokes.
Seriously, if you do those enough, I'm pretty sure every supervillain will be like, no, stop, please, I'll arrest myself.
Until you meet that one guy, the pun-isher.
Oh, shit.
They just form a coalition of bad jokes.
The Jokestis League.
The Jokestis League.
You're all terrible people.
Yeah.
There is a
Yes.
skit in this, and I love it. And yes,
And
we are, Dally. We are
terrible, wonderful
totally
people.
terrible. Yes.
As
You do.
this terrible person is a little peopled out, but I am really glad and I had a lot of fun, and I hope you guys enjoyed too.
Oh, we
But I'm going to drop out of the call.
Yeah, I'm
Thanks,
gonna go
everybody.
ahead
Thank you
and
all for
stop the
playing
stream.
with me,
So,
and
thanks
thank you
everyone.
again for streaming.
Bye,
Thank you
streamers.
everyone for
Thank you.
playing and running and listening, and good night.